Welcome to this overview of icons and buttons of the DJI Go 4 app. In this video I'll cover the screen state of an iPad Air. You might miss a few of the icons when you are on a smartphone or an Android tablet, but it is definitely better to know them all in case you ever change your device. Let's dive right into it and stop wasting your time. Once you started the app, you have to select your drone. I'll choose the DJI Mavic and click Enter device to get to the so-called camera view. This is a little intimidating at first sight because there are lots of symbols and buttons. But trust me, once you get the hang of them, they are very convenient. Let's look at them one by one. To better concentrate on the individual icons, I'll dim the background first. We will start with the DJI logo top left. That will bring you back to the DJI welcome screen when you click it. Okay, back to camera view. Next in the row is the system status bar. This will show you the status of the aircraft. It can have various colors and information, so let's quickly get through the most important ones when you start up your drone. Disconnected with the gray bar means that your tablet or smartphone has no connection to the remote control and you need to plug in the cable and turn it on. Aircraft disconnected means that your remote control has not established a connection to the aircraft. For example, if you haven't yet powered on your drone. Initializing IMU tells you that your aircraft is just booting and should be ready soon. You must not move the aircraft in this stage. Now we're getting closer to your takeoff. Once booting is completed, the bar will turn orange. An orange bar tells you that there is no GPS signal. You could fly the drone manually though. After a few moments, the bar usually turns green, telling you that the aircraft has established GPS connection and is ready to go. As soon as you take off, you get the status in flight. During flight, you also get status updates. For example, when you press the return home button, the bar will show the status. You can click on the status bar to get more detailed information about the aircraft status, for example, if there are updates available. But we will cover that in a later video. For now, cancel out of the menu by clicking the cross icon on the top right. Next up is the flight mode icon. It tells you which flight mode you're in. The standard mode would be position, but if you choose one of DJI's exciting intelligent flight modes like waypoints, point of interest or follow me, the flight mode will update beside the icon. We will deal with all intelligent flight modes in a later lesson. If no satellite connection is available, the flight mode icon tells you that you are in ATI mode. Tapping the symbol will open the main controller settings, but let's exit that again and deal with these in another movie. The next icon tells you about the strength of your GPS signal. The more white bars you get, the better. With only a few satellite connections, your aircraft may drift. The more connections are established, the better the drone will keep its position. So, unless you are an experienced pilot, wait for a good connection. Usually no less than 3 bars, and don't take off before it is established. The GPS signal icon is not clickable. Let's head on to the vision positioning system. This system helps you fly your drone even more accurate and avoid obstacles during flight using dedicated cameras and sensors. The icon is usually white but will turn red in sports mode when the sensors are automatically deactivated or if you manually turn off vision positioning system. Tapping it will bring you to the visual navigation settings. For now we will leave the setting at factory defaults and head over to the next icon. The remote controller signal strength. Again, the more white bars, the better. The range of DJI's aircraft is amazing, so unless you're flying rather reckless and way out of sight, you should at least see 3 bars. If the system detects an interference, the symbol will blink. Without additional warnings, you can usually continue your flight regarding to DJI's manual. But if you love your drone, let this be my chance to tell you, don't fly too far, especially if you experience some anomalies. YouTube is full of failure videos, so don't risk losing your drone. Tapping this icon will bring up the remote controller settings. We will deal with these later, but one very interesting information for a beginner is the remote controller screen introduction. That will give you a quick overview of the display of your remote control. Keep this in mind in case you ever get lost with all the information on your LCD screen. For now, we will cancel out of this menu to concentrate on the next item. HD video signal strength. Like before, the more white bars, the better. Depending on the area you fly, the range of your video signal can be several kilometers to just a few hundred meters and even below. Many things influence your video signal, so be sure to learn how to fly your drone without the use of the so-called first-person view through your aircraft's camera. We will give you a few tips what to do if the video system suddenly fails in a later movie. Tapping on the icon will open the image transmission settings. You guessed it, later movie. Don't get frustrated if you tell you about later movies. We want you to really understand how this app works, so it is better to divide the information into smaller chunks rather than overwhelming you with everything right at the beginning. Next is the aircraft battery level, which is pretty self-explanatory. Don't go past your limits. It will take you longer to land and fly back if you're inexperienced. So think about returning and landing as soon as the battery level reaches 30%. Tapping on the icon will open aircraft info and settings. Talking about battery levels, the app does have a great feature to illustrate the current power level of your battery and give some important info. An estimate of how much flight time is left, a marker to indicate when you will get a low battery warning, an indicator for the last chance to get your aircraft back home from its current position without running out of battery, and another marker to indicate your critical low battery setting. At this point, your drone will start descending automatically. Enough said about batteries, the next button leads you to the general settings. Again, we will deal with these in a later movie. Let's take a break to digest what you have learned so far. Consider bookmarking and repeating this video because repetition is an important aspect of learning and optimization. We will continue the tour in our next movie. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and put your thumbs up. See you later.